What's good, neighborhood? I hope everybody's having a great evening so far. As for me, well, I got hit with some bad personal news, but aside from that, I can talk about that later. But dinner's served, got my drink here, and I'm hyped for Armored Core 6 later this week. Hopefully, I'll be able to raise the funds for that as part of this month's goal. But with that being said, let me get a little bit off of this pasta real fast. Hang on. Oh, oh man. Mm. So sorry. I was raised never to talk with my mouth full, or at least to do so as little as possible. But anywho, we're gonna try and get back to some more Atlas Fallen. Hopefully, finally make it through and hit credits tonight. So we can still talk, we can still hang, we can still have fun, but I'm gonna be trying to plow through this so I can just get it done. Thankfully, I remember saving at that one anvil before the game crashed the other night. Climb to the top of the ruins.
Your struggle is futile.
And your end inevitable. Come, let us end this.
Guess what? Where'd you go? that's the end of you. Oh no, stop that. Jesus. How's it going, Andre? Just double checking a few things real quick. Because for certain major enemies like this, their overall health is basically added up from the health of each of their body parts. But as you destroy body parts, you basically hinder their offense. So it's like a bargain basement sort of Monster Hunter part break system. But if you're able to focus on breaking, like, a certain set of parts on certain monsters, then once you break those parts, that's like an instant kill. Finally! I managed to get through this without it crashing. Thank God. The 4 DLC characters that they're going to put in Tekken are going to be ones that people have been, like, super requesting, right? Ones that probably should have been in the game from the start. I mean, like, you know, story-wise. No, I feel that. I don't know if I'm going to try and get it on launch, but I'm pretty excited for Tekken 8 too. I mean, the game looks phenomenal. But after what happened with 7, both in the DLC department and the story mode department, nah. You can miss me with that. Everybody else who picks up Tekken 8, enjoy the game, have fun. But after what happened with 7, it's not worth my money. Right. KOF 15 and Street Fighter 6 have that issue too.
Delos' barrier is no more. We have to do this. Everyone is counting on us.
Yeah, positives? Steve. Definitely Steve. Oh, Steve looks great. Yoshimitsu looks great. I absolutely love what they did with Kuma.
Gauntlet bearer, can I interest you in some new gear? I hope my work can protect you out there. I mean, if I can make armors that can face a god, now that's something I can tell my kids.
Right. And yeah, Azucena is just plain adorable. providential blades. Interesting. And yeah, Grand Blue Relink looks pretty good too. Oh, that was an event. Oh, no, ceiling stones.
The God of Freedom. Will this be better?
At least it will surely be different.
Good that you are here.
Can I help with anything?
We were barely able to take this outpost. If we want to keep it, the wraiths need to vanish. There is one nasty beast between us and the Watcher. If you could deal with this foe, our chances of success would be much higher.
Where can I find these wraiths?
They are blocking the passage to the north, the stairs leading up to the Watcher.
I'll try my best to thin their numbers.
Yeah, that's the plan. I need to see what my finances are going to be looking like tomorrow after I get paid.
It might become the capital of a new...
Here, take this. A small token of my gratitude.
We took down the protection.
Thank you. We have seen the flickering. I wanted to honor Valerie before all hell breaks loose. Would you join us?
Let's honor the fallen.
We are gathered here to honor the memory of a great warrior and scholar. My sister, Valerie Akila Taj. She was a woman of belief. In the cause, in her friends and family, in the power of things unseen. The gauntlet was her passion at the end. She believed in it, even when others did not. She was right. And she is the reason we stand upon the precipice of victory over tyranny. You were the best of us. Thank you, sister. And farewell.
She would have loved how the sea looks tonight.
At least she has seen it. Not everyone can. We have been in hiding so long. We almost forgot what is out there in the world.
So many people have died. Now we have to make sure it wasn't for nothing.
This is a new era for the Knights of Bastingar. And this era has a place for you, Harif.
You really mean that?
Yes. This is not about forgiveness. It's about our future.
Thank you. But first, we have to end this. And you. I didn't believe. Couldn't believe. But you are the best of us. And now? Now I believe.
You have lost so many souls, but you are not alone.
We will remain here. Keep the Wraiths at bay. The rest is up to you. Good luck to the both of you. We'll be here when you are done.
We approach the end of our journey.
It has been long and tiring, but we will change the world. I know it.
I would like to say something. It has been... I mean... This journey was...
It's all right. I know.
Thank you, Gauntlet Bearer.
Okay, so we had the emotional yada yada scene. Well, that'll be pretty neat to see. I hope she's able to make a good run of it. Yeah, let's just move stuff. Alright, one down. there it is. Done. Done.
What happened at the siege?
We have taken the city. In some districts, the...
I'm glad to see you. Our scouts say you confronted the Wraiths on the way to the Watcher. Your powers are truly impressive. I thank you.
There should be a castle on that plateau.
I'm not curious.
All right, finally making a run up. I wonder if there's gonna be a. Wonder if there's gonna be an end.
This is it.
This is it.
We are united as one. We have honed our skills, perfected our partnership. I believe in you, Gauntlet Bearer.
Let us end this.
Fools! Inferior filth! You are too late! I have ascended! I am become perfection!
You should have stayed in your prison, old partner.
Careful.
You dare come for me? Brave, but foolish. Hardly even worth my time. Come to me, my servant.
What is happening?
Helos requires a vessel to act on this Earth. They are giving their everything to Morath. All of it.
You are just in our name. You have no right to stand here.
Whatever. Let's go.
You may think you have power, but the struggle is futile.
Oh, that's a big tornado. That's a big, big tornado. Oh. Oh crap, oh crap, 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 crap.
Face your end now. No more prison. Only eternal death.
Oh shit! Where'd you go? Oh! Fuck! They got me starting all the way from zero again. Motherfucker. none of that.
You will face your end now. No more prison. Only eternal death. I have fought your kind before. And it only led to war.
Oh no, let's put a stop to that.
I will crush you.
Great. More of this shit. Oh! There we go.
What is happening? Where am I?
Useless puppet. Fools. I am the order of this world. I made this world.
No! We made this world, and you destroyed it! I am your prisoner! No more! Let us end this, partner.
You don't need me. And I don't need this.
That is Stilas' source! Use it! Use it to destroy the Watcher!
What are you doing? Stop!
Okay.
And with this, after centuries, the Watcher was destroyed. The prison crumbled. The essence cycle was broken. Niall was free. Free to breathe. Free to live. Free to rule. The unthinkable had happened. Thelos was defeated.
Right.
They left this earthly plane, their anger and oppression dissipated. The Wraiths left alongside their master. Change had come with the Gauntlet Bearer, who in but a short amount of time reshaped everything. Every person found themselves in a new world. A world in which they have yet to find their place. The Knights can show themselves now. We can become a force for good once more. I only hope I am up to the task. The Queen of 1,000 Years will not shape this world any longer. She will atone for her sins and accept her punishment. Will she live to reach the age for which she is known? Who can say? I do not know what the future holds for Naiar. They rule over this world now. But how will they treat the people? Have they learned about them? The Gauntlet Bearer left the fight, but the Gauntlet remains, still brimming with the power of the gods. This world now has a future. Flowers will bloom where now desert exists. But if the winds change once more, the Gauntlet will call for a new bearer.
I was about to say, the way those dust particles sat at the corner of the screen, I was about to say this game better not have been fucking crashing again. In loving memory? Yo, I bet Felix is fucking rolling in his grave, whoever that dude is. Okay. So now that we've hit credits, y'all know what time it is. It is time to jump back into the backlog. It's time to review this bad boy. We'll start off as usual. Going from the audio-visual perspective. Starting there first. The sound design in this game is, I guess, appropriate, considering the lore and the setting. In short, it's dusty, it's grainy, it's barren. The music in this game merely, I guess I could say it's merely atmospheric. There's not much that really stands out. Visually, the game does some interesting things with sand and with wind. And some of the environments are... some of the environments are interesting. Some of the environments are well put together-ish. But even with the look and the sound of this game, it's the mechanical aspects of the game that, well, I'll put it to you this way. Getting into the mechanical aspects of the game. Traversal, even as you unlock more abilities, or even as you learn more abilities, traversal in this game is still very bare bones. And in the third act, it does get very tedious. It feels like every puzzle, every hidden path that you take leads to... it doesn't lead to anything fulfilling. Yeah, I will agree with you on this, Chop. The art direction and characters, decent. It's decent. Getting back into the mechanical portions of the game, though. Again, traversal is very bare bones. Combat is a little rough, but it's got some great ideas. And the concept of building your loadout using essence stones, that concept has promise. But it doesn't, even now after finishing the game, it doesn't feel like there's much reward. Hang on. Oh, and Andre, you were absolutely correct. The traveling vendor is Todd Habercorn. Like, you called it. But yeah, the combat in this game, this feels like a game where you could most definitely call it a button masher. Alright? And with the essence stones, the loadout that I was using... Hold on, let me turn this down. Jesus Christ. I can barely hear myself think. But the use of essence stones and the use of building your loadouts, I'll put it to you this way. The loadout that I finished the game with is damn near one that I started the game with. Like, as soon as I had the right combination, it just felt like it was more of a punishment if I switched over to something else to experiment. So the potential for creative expression through your playstyle, it missed the mark. It had a strong foundation, but it missed the mark. And then, on top of all that, there were the crashes. The crashes, honestly, just soured the whole experience. Exactly. Especially if it's a game in this generation, especially if it's a game being built on a system whose technology has been out in the wild for years now. We are... Let's see, the PS5 first dropped back in, what, 2020? Or was it earlier? Oh, good night, chap. You go ahead and get yourself some rest, alright? PS5. November of 2020. So we are just shy of 3 years out from this console's release. The technology has been available for longer than that. Because, you know, dev kits will have had to have gone out at least a good 2 or 3 years in advance before this system had released. So the technology for the PS5 has been out for a long time. With as long as the PS5 has been on the market, yet alone in existence in some way, shape, or form, either in dev kit or official console capacity, developers should know enough to be able to optimize their games so that way the crashes are reduced to zero. This game doesn't even push the PS5 to anywhere close to its practical or theoretical limit. And it has still crashed. Once is bad enough. 3 times is unacceptable. Like, Atlas Fallen could have very easily been developed for the PS4, and they would have done... It actually would have done swimmingly on the previous generation console. And even then, if it had crashed on the PS4, that would be more nails in the coffin than these crashes already have been. By the way, Joker, Eva, good to see you both. I just hit credits on Atlas Fallen, and I'm basically going through my final review of the game now. So, just to kind of put some Cliff's notes on everything you guys might have missed. Audio visual. The sound design could have done with a lot more polish. Art direction's okay, but the world itself, and this is probably done intentionally, but the world itself was just... It wasn't... Okay. The world didn't even feel barren. It felt plastic in some instances. From a mechanical standpoint, combat had a solid foundation, but the execution, especially in certain aspects, fell short of the mark. It hit a point where the loadout that I finished the game with, I had pretty much been using for about 85 to 90% of the game. Like, I didn't feel any need to try and experiment with other... I didn't feel any need to try and experiment with other Essence Stone loadouts, and it almost felt like I would have been punished for doing so. Ha! 9.5 out of 10 from IGN. But now, let's get down, just really quickly, let's get down to the story. Let's get down to the content of the game, the established world, the lore that was presented in the narrative. Interesting. I can definitely say that. It was interesting. It had a lot of potential. And I would say the story and the lore, that right there is the thread that basically kept me playing through to the rest of the game. And it was a frayed thread, but I was still able to hang on to it and power through the rest of the game until the anticlimactic ass ending. The ending was anticlimactic. The finishing side quests where, you get your final words from the characters as they're, on the eve of the final battle of the game. It didn't grab me. I honestly don't even feel satisfied that I hit... Well, no. I feel satisfied that I hit credits because of my own personal code. I am not going to stream a game that I don't finish. Okay, so what happened in the ending? Basically, the other god that was hanging around with you, Niall, he gets enough power, breaks the little shackles off his wrists, he's free. The final boss battle itself was basically, it was pretty much like you were fighting Atrocitus from fucking Injustice 2. It's kind of like that. It was just, it was more of the same. It was more of, break different parts to, reduce its offense, After a certain point, it does, this wind tornado move where it's invincible and you have to dodge it. It tries to do something with the terrain where you're basically stuck, jumping from, standing on a platform. It was very, very gimmicky and did not only did it not introduce anything substantively new, but it didn't even feel comprehensive. Like, everything that that final boss fight tried to do in order to bring together everything that you had learned and dealt with over the course of the game, it wasn't comprehensive. It wasn't cohesive. It was just very thrown together. Imagine a beef stew where the flavor of the broth and of the vegetables and of the beef is all so separate and so discordant that you would literally be better off picking the beef out and eating that separately. Yeah, that's what it was. It just felt very thrown together. And the last sections of the game... Frankly, the last sections of the game and the last sections of the story just made me feel... The only thought in my mind was, again, I need to finish this so that way I can at the very least say to myself, I finished it, and then I can delete this off of my system. After tonight, Atlas Fallen will not be... That game will not be taking up space on what limited storage capacity I have on this SSD. I don't blame you for being excited for the game. I was too. And honestly, I'm glad that I took the bullet so that way others who were looking at this game would not have wasted their money. A bad game, you could at least laugh at a bad game. But this is a game that had promise. This is a game that literally dangled the carrot of an awesome combat system and great lore. It dangled those carrots in front of you, only to then shovel chitlins in your mouth and force you to swallow them. So, here we go. Summary time. Atlas Fallen is a hodgepodge of great ideas with poor execution. And honestly, if I were to actually measure this game's value proposition, this game costs $60 before tax, right? I have currently spent 25 hours on this game. 24 hours. So let's see, 24, so that's, like, we can just round it, round down to 30, so I spent $3 for every hour that I put into this game. This game is not worth that expenditure of time. It is not worth that expenditure of money. If you want even value proposition from this game, if you want $1 per hour that you spend on this game, then you will get one-to-one value proposition if you purchase this game at $20. If you pay anything beyond that, you are getting ripped off. Your dollar is not being respected, and neither is your time. And that right there is what's most valuable to me, as someone who even considers themselves any sort of critic or game reviewer. The most important thing to me is whether or not you will be able to get the appropriate bang for your buck out of a given game. So, for Ace's final draw, avoid this game until it gets patched and until it is discounted to bare minimum $25. I'll give it a bit of a chance. $25. But don't pull the trigger until this thing hits 20, and that's if you decide to even go for it. And by the time that happens, much better, much more comprehensively put together stuff is going to be on the horizon. But again, don't take my word as gospel. This is just word of mouth from someone who tried to dig into the game and give it a fair shake. You may think differently from what you've seen of me playing it. That is perfectly fine. It is your choice to spend your money how you wish to do so. I will never begrudge anyone that choice. But if you actually do, if you do put any sort of stock, in my opinion, when it comes to games, then stay away from this one. Watch a Let's Play. Don't spend your money on Atlas Fallen if it is anything above $20. What's the next adventure? That is a good question, Joker. That is a very, very good question. What is the next adventure? It is my hope, and again, if I can get some help as far as donations, because I don't know how my finances are going to shake out when I get paid. But the next adventure, hopefully, if it works out for this week, my hope is that the next adventure is going to be taking us to Rubicon 3 for Armored Core 6. I will let y'all know if I'm able to pick it up, or again, if y'all can help out as far as donations, so that way, I can put that towards getting the game and playing something for y'all, then please do. I would greatly appreciate it, and I will make sure that I am on time and putting on a show for each and every one of you. Oh. That is actually a big reason why I'm glad I got the PS5 now, because there's a lot of stuff that's come out that's on PC, but my rig can't run it. Hell, I tried playing Guilty Gear Strive on my PC, and it chugs. So that's why I had to get it on PS5. But me having the PS5, that's the big reason. That right there is the big reason why I've been able to play stuff like Street Fighter 6, like Final Fantasy 16. And again, if I'm able to pick it up, I want to snag Armored Core 6 for you guys. So, that right there is what I'm aiming for. I hope to get either Armored Core 6 or get my hands on Double Dragon Gaiden so we can have some good old-fashioned beat-em-up fun. And yeah, Armored Core 6 drops this Friday. Or Thursday. Ooh, wait a minute. I just thought about something. I have Friday off. I have Friday off from work, right? So if between now and then, either with your help or with some luck from my own finances from when I get paid, if I'm able to pick up Armored Core 6, then I can download it Thursday night, and then we could just go straight into an overnight extra inning stream. I will run Armored Core 6 for as long as I can stay awake. It'll be a sleepover at Aces, and we'll have a fucking blast. Let me double check really fast. First, let me check to see if I got paid from work yet. Okay, so there's that. Next check is on the 29th, and I need to save from both of those for rent. Yeah, I think I am going to need help getting Armored Core 6, if you don't mind, Andre. I would greatly appreciate that. Okay, so budgeting's going to leave me pretty tight, so yeah, I think I am going to need the extra to help get Armored Core 6. Oh, and Joker. For a little bit of a palate cleanser. Here we go. Let's talk Final Fantasy 16 for a second. The game is amazing. Even now, like 2, 3, it's 60? Nice. But even now, like 2-3 weeks now since I've beaten it. No, I think longer than that. It's been a bit since I've beaten it, and then before trying to go back. But Final Fantasy 16, I hit credits on that, and that game was such an emotional roller coaster just from how good the storytelling was. I would highly recommend Final Fantasy 16. In fact, when I reviewed that, when I hit credits, I said it then, and I'll say it now. That game, I spent 50, 60 hours on it. I dropped $70 on it. So I quite literally got $1 for every hour that I spent on that game. And it was well worth it to the point where, frankly, that game costing $70, I would not be mad. The content is just that good. There's still a few gripes with the game. Alright, I still have a few minor gripes, but again, the gripes that I have are more of a personal nature. You know, it's more nitpicks than, you know, actual technical issues. But, yes, the dominant fights in Final Fantasy 16 are stupendous. Like, the developers, in interviews regarding the game, the developers had specifically said that they took their inspiration for the fights, for the dominant fights and for the icon fights in Final Fantasy 16. They took inspiration for those directly from the classic God of War trilogy. Like, it was specifically stated that Yoshi P, he said he was a huge fan of God of War 1 through 3 back on the PS3. And he took that inspiration and put it into the fights, put it into the boss fights in Final Fantasy 16. And it shows. Well, considering I haven't played The Witcher and haven't really paid much attention to it outside of the Monster Hunter collaboration, I wouldn't know. I would say that Final Fantasy 16 feels like what Game of Thrones should have been. It feels very much like what Game of Thrones should have been. Now imagine a Drakengard remake with it being built like Nier Automata and Final Fantasy 16. Oh, that would be explosive. That's perfectly fair. I'm telling you. I had to wait quite a bit before I got my hands on my PS5. In fact, let's see. The PlayStation 5 first came out in November, I think it was November 20th of 2020, right? My birthday is November 15th. So I was still 2 years before I could get my hands on my PS5. It was just I needed to wait because I was just in a lot of I was in some financial trouble. I was struggling a little bit. You know what? I don't even want to play this game any further. I don't care if there's stuff that I haven't completed in the game. I hit credits. I'm good. I'm good. I'm done. Fuck it. no, this game legitimately irritates me because of the potential that it has and how badly it fucks it up. So yeah, well, I think I'll go ahead and make it a short stream tonight. It's almost 9 o'clock. I need to get me a little bit of extra rest so that way I can get up, hit the work schedule hard tomorrow, and come back for Warframe Wednesday for you guys tomorrow. Actually, I think I will put up. Wait, no, I remember removing Godfall. So yeah, tomorrow's gonna be Warframe Wednesday, and again, Andre, if you can give me an assist so that way I can have the funds on hand ready to go for downloading Armored Core 6 Thursday night, that'll be fantastic. Tomorrow's Warframe stream is definitely gonna be, you know, something that's a little more chill. You know, call it the calm before the storm, because number 1, Armored Core 6 hits this week, and number 2, TennoCon, the big Warframe convention where they are going to be announcing what is new for the next slate of content coming up for that game, is going to be on Saturday. So I'll definitely be keeping an eye on that. And then, if anything new for that comes out, I'll be sure to let you guys know. But let's go ahead and drop over to the lobby for now. Oh, it's been a blast. Like, I would say the most fun that I've had with Atlas Fallen. Like, the most fun part of playing this game was, if nothing else, having the rest of y'all here with me so that way you can check it out and we can discuss it. You know how it is when, like, you go to a bad movie but you go for the audience experience. Same thing with this. But yeah, I'm done with Atlas Fallen. I'm going to go ahead and end the stream, delete this game, clear the space, have myself a decent night, and I hope y'all do the same. Before we go, let me go ahead once again, put on my big brother cap, and hit y'all with the reminder for today. This is another one I really like because it pretty much mirrors my thoughts exactly. Believe in yourself and all that you are. You are capable of achieving great things. It's really that simple. Whatever you guys have got coming up, if no one else got you, if no one else has your back and says, you can get this shit done, then I got you. Understood? Good. So with that being said, until tomorrow for Warframe Wednesday, you guys have yourselves a great evening. Stay happy, stay hydrated, stay gaming. And as always, stay good, neighborhood. And stay away from Atlas Fallen until it hits 20 bucks. Anyways, y'all have a great night, and I will catch you tomorrow. Or, if you're following me on Twitter, I'll catch you over there. But take it easy.